Good morning, my students. I hope you are all fine. Today I will talking about biological learning outcome 12, which is about living organisms within an ecosystem. There are many concepts in this learning outcome. From them is ecological biodiversity, habitat variety, micro and macro constituents of food web, producers and consumers, food as energy source, and variety of consumers. There are herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous, decomposers, food web diagram, and also energy flow and pyramids, consumer levels, primary, secondary, and tertiary, ecosystem diversity, distribution, and collapse. Ecology. What do we mean by ecology? Ecology is a word derived from two Greek words, oikos meaning habitation or place of living, and logos meaning study. Ecology is the study of interrelationships between living organisms and their physical and biological environment. Ecosystem. Ecosystem is made up of two words, eco and system. Eco means environment, and system is the interacting and interdependent complex. Ecosystem is a community of interdependent organisms together with the environment. Ecosystem is the major structural and functional unit of ecology. Structure is related to species diversity. Functional is related to energy flow and material cycling within the system. But what is the importance of studying ecosystem? These provide data about amount of solar energy, relation between organisms, and between organisms and abiotic environments. Also, it will provide us with data about productivity and number of producers and consumers. Getting started. Is energy neither created nor destroyed within an ecosystem? Can you guess? To answer this question, we will do two activities. The first of them is activity number 6, found in SEBAP Ecology, Unit 2, titled Producers and Consumers. In this activity, you will observe plankton and investigate the link between plankton productivity and sustainable fisheries. At the beginning, let us know what is the plankton. The plankton is the small and microscopic organisms drifting or floating in the sea or fresh water, consisting of diatoms, protozoans, small crustaceans, and the egg larval stages of larger animals. Many animals are adapted to feed on plankton and may be plants and called phytoplankton, animals and called zooplankton, bacteria, bacterioplankton, and viruses, viroplankton. Also, fish eggs and larvae, exoplankton. You should know that plankton aren't associated with the bottom of the ocean, and many planktons are microscopic, but there is an exception that some plankton are very large. Example, jellies can be very large. Aquatic species that have a planktonic stage but then become non-planktonic. For example, crabs, fish, and cephalopods. Get us started activity 6. What do you already know about the following statements? Phytoplankton are producers. Zooplanktons are consumers. If you look to this figure, you will find that phytoplankton is the producers. Zooplankton is the first consumers. Then, strip fish will consume zooplankton and become second consumers. Also, may flying fish consume the zooplankton and become the secondary consumer, or consume phytoplankton and become the first consumers. Then tuna will consume strip fish or flying fish and become tertiary consumers. And at the end, shark will consume tuna. You should read about ecological pyramids and knowing their types. There are different types of ecological pyramids, like pyramid of number, which can be inverted in a tree ecosystem, energy pyramids, and biomass ecological pyramid. Let us take this challenge. How do plankton populations affect the sustainability of a fishery? Plankton play a key role in the oceanic food web. Let us starting with phytoplankton, which make photosynthesis and become a global primary production, provide primary food source to zooplankton, and become, with the zooplankton, the base of oceanic food chain. Then come bacterioplankton and play an important role in the recycling and remineralization of materials and energy within the food chain. Maybe key indicators of ecosystem change. Numerous studies have shown a strong relationship between larval fish survival and the limiting and production of their food. That means plankton. The timing and production of plankton are in turn directly dependent on water temperature and nutrient availability, which is indirectly controlled by temperature-driven circulation patterns. Changes in climate can affect the timing of the seasonal plankton blooms, with effects that pass up the food chain. Do you remember the question I asked you about at the beginning? Is energy neither created nor destroyed within an ecosystem? So, now we will do the second activity, which will help you to answer this question. Activity number 7, found in SEPAP Ecology Unit 2, titled Energy Flow Through an Ecosystem. Can I ask you about the relationships between organisms in the figure and the flow of energy between the organisms? Think please. Look and see the relationships between organisms in the figure. You should understand that the arrows indicate the flow of energy between organisms. After doing activity 6 and 7, did you find any subject connection? This is the way energy is governed by law of thermodynamics. Energy neither created nor destroyed, but may be transferred from one to another. No energy transformation is 100% efficient, but it is always accompanied by some dispersion or loss of energy in form of heat. Capstone connection. Apply understanding of energy use and flow to varied alternative energy process. Now we reached to the end of this video. I hope that I could help you understanding the main concepts of this learning outcome. Please answer this question and make concept map of this vocab.